At the beginning of the story, we see John Witcher holding a revolver in his hand and a terrifying rage in his eyes. He is staring at something, and beside him lies a horrific dead body. Then we see that on the screen of the laptop in front of him, a video is playing where his own wife and child are being brutally tortured. Some drug lord has sent this video to him as a gift. Who is this John Witcher? And how did his wife and child end up in the hands of that drug lord? To find that out, we have to go back 6 months earlier. Here we see John Witcher and his entire Special Forces team. From here they are about to go to a drug mafia's house to rob $100 million. Before that, let me introduce you to everyone on the team. The Special Operations Commander Grinder. His face looks terrifying, but his actions are even more terrifying than his appearance. Then there is James, whose code name is Monster, and he is the operation director of this mission. The next member is Tripod, whose main job is to provide cover for the others. Then there are Neck, Smoke, and Sugar. Each one of them has a PhD in their own fields. And finally, there is Lizzie, this beautiful woman whose job is to trap their target mafia boss in her web of love and strike him from very close. The U.S. Special Forces Department of Defense was created by the American defense system to lead those operations where the police, FBI, and Interpol cannot handle the job. They receive an order that a Mexican drug mafia has become dangerously powerful inside the United States. So now the order has come to eliminate him. And the most important thing is that he has $100 million, which he has stored in his house. After raiding and killing him, the money must be taken and deposited into the American government treasury. After understanding the entire operation, John Witcher comes to his team. But when he tells them about the money, they immediately object. They say, "Come on, brother, just eliminating such a mafia boss is already a big achievement for the government. The money he has is completely black money anyway. So if we take that money, no one will even come asking about it." When John sees his team behaving like excited kids, he finally agrees to their demand. As they head out for the mission, Tripod suddenly asks, "Wait, everyone is here, but where is Lizzie?" Then we see that Lizzie has already gone ahead to the drug lord's house, disguised as a call girl. In fact, John had made this plan and sent Tripod's girlfriend there in advance. Meanwhile, one of the drug mafia's hired snipers is watching the house from a distance. But when their convoy of vehicles approaches the house, a Special Forces sniper positioned far away blows that hired sniper's head off and clears the path for them. Inside the house, Lizzie gets very close to the drug mafia boss and continues her seductive act. At the right moment, she kicks him, grabs his gun, and ends his chapter right there. When a guard rushes in after hearing the gunshot, she kills him too and escapes outside, where the rest of the team is waiting. Seeing Lizzie, they realize it is time to begin their operation. John tells Lizzie to wait in the car, but she says she is the only one who knows where the money is. Then they move through the back door and reach the room where the $100 million are hidden. But as soon as they get close to the room, the drug lord's men start firing at them with heavy machine guns. They shoot through the wall and blow the guard's head apart. And finally, they reach the place of their dreams, the treasure of money. As soon as Tripod removes the cloth covering it, $100 million appears in front of them, which is now completely in their control. They are not only excited but also shocked that the guy kept so much money in such a disgusting place that anyone could feel like vomiting. John says they have only 3 minutes. Within this time, they must take as much money as possible. Monster, Lizzie, and Tripod start filling the bundles of cash into plastic bags and tying them with a rope, while Neck and Sugar begin arranging to send the money down through the bathroom pipeline. They quickly tie the money to the rope and lower it through the toilet pipeline. But just at that moment, a guard arrives there, and bullets start flying everywhere. In that gunfire, Smoke slowly collapses into death. When John asks, Lizzie says that they have already sent $10 million through the pipeline. John warns them that if they take all the money, the FBI will chase them everywhere and their reputation across the country will be destroyed. So they leave the remaining money behind and go down into the drain connected to the pipeline. But when they reach there, they see that there isn't even a single penny. Instead, someone has cut their rope and stolen all that money. After losing the money they worked so hard to steal, they become extremely furious. After this, we see an FBI team starting the investigation into this robbery. During the investigation, John and his team are interrogated again and again. But John says that his team didn't even touch a single dollar. Instead, one of their members died during the mission. When the FBI finds no proof against them, they keep John and his entire team under surveillance for 6 months. Here you should know that although they only took $10 million, someone also secretly stole the remaining $90 million, which made the FBI desperate to find out where all that money went. After the mission, they organize a party together to forget their failure. And there they decide that no matter what happens, they will find their lost money. But they had no idea what was about to happen to them next. After that mission, each of their lives turns into a living nightmare. That night, after returning from the bar, Monster suddenly wakes up in the middle of the night because of the sound of a train horn. He gets up and realizes that he had been sleeping inside a van, and that van is standing right in the middle of a railway track. He quickly tries to move the van away from there. He keeps trying, and meanwhile a deadly train is rushing toward him at high speed. Now he leaves the van and desperately tries to get outside, but eventually the impact of that speeding train tears his body apart into pieces. Here the investigation lady officer Olivia sees John. When John goes there, Olivia hands him a point flag for the investigation and leaves from there. Olivia's junior officer Jackson tells her, "Do you know who he is? He is John Witcher. He is called the god of America's drug lords." Hearing this, Olivia remembers the $100 million robbery, the operation that was led by John Witcher. Now Olivia takes that case from the FBI under her own responsibility and goes to John and his team's base. There she asks them for information about the death of their friend Monster. Olivia says, "Today one of you has died. Tomorrow maybe someone else will die." Hearing this, Grinder becomes extremely angry at her, but John arrives and calms the situation. He tells Olivia to stay away from this case. But Olivia says it is her duty, and giving them 48 hours, she leaves from there. That night Olivia calls John and tells him that a phone call came from Nick's house. He wants to reveal everything to them. So John and Olivia go to Nick's house, but they see the entire house in darkness. Both of them point their guns and start calling for Nick. John realizes something is wrong here. While searching, Olivia slips and falls on the floor, and then John sees that Nick has been brutally murdered and hung from the ceiling. The entire floor is flooded with blood. According to the forensic report, his entire body was first pierced with nails and mutilated, and then his whole body was torn apart with chains. Hearing this, Jackson says, "Who could kill such a specially trained army soldier in such a horrific way?" The doctor replies, "Only someone even more dangerous than him could do this." Then they find a strand of hair there. Olivia takes it with her to examine it. After the brutal murders of their friends one after another, the entire team becomes completely broken from the inside. Tripod says that for now he will leave the country and go somewhere far away with his girlfriend. Hearing this, Grinder tells him, "You are a trained soldier. Don't forget your worth." He also says that the one who killed them is the same person who stole their money, and he doesn't want them to search for that money. Hearing this, John says it could also be some other enemy of theirs or another mafia group they defeated in Mexico. But the bigger issue is that whoever is doing this, the next target could be any one of them. So at this moment, it is most important for them to stay united. Grinder then says, "I suspect that someone among us is doing all this." Hearing this, John becomes extremely angry at Grinder. He says, "I built this team piece by piece. Here we are all ready to give our lives for each other." Then we see Olivia going to Tripod and Lizzie's house and interrogating them again. She says, "One by one your friends are being murdered brutally. If you suspect anyone, tell me quickly. Then maybe it will be possible for me to save you. And at the same time, I might be able to find the killer." She also says, "Tell me something about your team leader John that I don't know." From behind, Lizzie signals Tripod to stay quiet. Tripod says that truly they know nothing. If he knew anything, he would have been able to save their friends. Getting no answers there, Olivia tells them, "If I want, I can arrest you for 48 hours and interrogate you in our own way. So if you care about your safety, inform me as soon as possible." Meanwhile, from the FBI headquarters, Olivia is under heavy pressure to find the killer and also to track down the $100 million robbery. Olivia says that if she had known she would get trapped like this with this robbery case, she would never have taken the case. But now that she has taken it, she will try to solve it as quickly as possible. While leaving from there, they meet the state bank manager. The manager tells them, "If you want to know about that $100 million robbery, then interrogate John properly." because a large amount of money was transferred into the account of one member of his team a few days ago. Meanwhile, Jackson brings a pen drive, where it is seen that an FBI officer on John. Seeing that an FBI officer is interrogating John, Olivia goes directly to John's house and tells him, "You went to carry out the $100 million raid, but you never told me about it before." There, John tells her that it is true he led that operation, but they did not bring any money from there. In fact, whatever happened there, he explains everything to Olivia in detail. Hearing this, Olivia begins to trust John a little. She then tells him the name of one member of his team whose account recently received a large amount of money. But John says that Felix wasn't even part of that mission. Olivia says they should talk to him directly. So John takes Olivia with him, and they head toward Felix's hideout. When they arrive there, John starts calling Felix by name. When there is no response, John realizes that something must have gone wrong here as well. They slowly move forward with their guns pointed, and finally at the door of the house, they see that Felix has already been killed before they even arrived. Felix was so violent that he had once been temporarily suspended because of his brutality. But after hearing about the murder of such a deadly trained soldier, Tripod comes to Olivia to save his own life. He says, "I don't know who committed these horrific murders, but whatever you want to know, I will tell you everything." Olivia tells him that she has worked as an FBI officer for 8 years, but she has never seen such a dangerous case in her life. She asks what kind of history John has that none of them knew before. Then Tripod starts explaining about John's past life. About a year ago, they arrested a drug mafia in Mexico. But one of their own betrayed them and killed that mafia so that no clue about the drugs could be found from him. To take revenge for that murder, the drug lord's brother kidnapped John's wife and son. He brutally tortured them and kept sending those torture videos to John one by one. John loved his wife and son more than his own life. His family was his entire world. But after torturing them, they were thrown deep into a river and killed. Seeing such a painful death of his wife and child filled John with a terrible fire of revenge. As a result, he killed the younger brother of that mafia. But the mastermind, that drug lord, still remained out of John's reach. After that, John returned and joined the special forces again. Now he has only one goal: to use the power of the law to find that drug lord. In the middle of Tripod's explanation, John suddenly arrives there and becomes very angry at Tripod. After hearing about the tragic past of John's life, Olivia apologizes to him for suspecting him. That night, John shows Olivia all the information about the drug lord and tells her that this guy is still running a massive drug supply from Mexico to America. So it is her duty to stop him immediately. The next day, we see that actually the previous night John had misled Olivia, and today he himself has gone out with his team to raid the drug lord's hideout. Meanwhile, Olivia gets permission from her superior to raid the drug lord's hideout as well. From a secret source, Olivia learns that the drug lord is planning to smuggle about 200 liters of GHB drug from Mexico into America. GHB is such a drug that if someone consumes just 1 milliliter, they will feel intoxicated for the entire day. Olivia starts thinking that if this news reaches John, then he will kill the drug lord before Olivia can reach him. In other words, both of them are heading to raid the same person's house. With all preparations complete, Olivia leaves with her team to raid the drug lord's hideout. Olivia's team says that they will finish the mission and return home before John arrives, because John has already killed 2 drug mafias before them. Meanwhile, John and his team have already entered the drug lord's hideout. At first, when they enter the house, they see small children and a family there. Then they begin searching the rooms one by one. In every room, they only see women and children. Grinder keeps warning everyone to stay alert and tells them not to move even an inch. Everyone should remain quietly where they are. After searching the entire house carefully, they finally reach a door. At that moment, sudden gunfire starts from the other side. From below, Lizzie finishes one of them instantly. Then going inside, Grinder blows another man's head off. Moving further inside, they kill another person in the bathroom. When they enter the next room, Grinder suddenly comes under someone's gunpoint. He throws his gun on the ground, but with incredible speed pulls another gun from his belt and blows that man's head apart as well. Then they see hundreds of jars filled with GHB drugs arranged there. After Lizzie tests and confirms it, they seal the entire house and come outside. As they come out, they encounter Olivia. Seeing John, she immediately says, "What have you done?" With a very serious attitude, John tells her to calm down. Grinder tells them that hundreds of bodies are lying inside, and they should go and clean them up. After this mission, one night we see that John still hasn't forgotten the pain of his wife and child's death. Every night, he watches the video of his wife screaming in pain and fuels the fire of revenge inside him. That night, Lizzie comes with everyone in front of John's house and says, "We want our money back. How long will we keep searching for our money like this? I don't trust anyone anymore. I feel like the killer is someone among us, the one who stole our money." Hearing this, Grinder says his life isn't so cheap that he would need to steal money. Saying this angrily, he leaves the place. Then Lizzie says she will tell everything to the FBI and confess everything. Saying that, she leaves in Nick's car. Seeing all this, Tripod feels very sad and asks John, "So in the end, has our team completely broken apart?" This incident breaks John completely from the inside. The next day, Olivia and John are discussing how they can finish the drug mafia when suddenly Grinder comes to John to apologize for what happened the previous night. But the moment he sits down, a bullet suddenly blows his head apart, and that shot was fired by his own teammate Lizzie. After committing such a horrible crime, she carefully wipes the sniper rifle and escapes from there. When John and Olivia reach the building, a lady police officer tells them that a girl just left the building and escaped in a red car. After leaving there, Lizzie goes to her house to meet her boyfriend Tripod. She tells him to come with her and also reveals that she has killed all their friends one by one. And just now she also killed Grinder. Hearing this, Tripod is completely shocked. He says if he had known she had such a terrifying side, he would have killed her earlier. Lizzie truly loves Tripod and doesn't want to leave him, but when Tripod refuses to go with her, during an argument Lizzie strangles him to death. Meanwhile, John and Olivia arrive at Lizzie's house. While searching for her, they notice blood flowing from under the refrigerator. When John opens the fridge door, they see Tripod's horrific dead body inside. Seeing Lizzie's terrifying side, both of them become shocked. Lizzie has now completely lost her mind. She will kill anyone she gets. Lizzie then calls John from her car and tells him that someone has taken her hostage in a building parking lot and asks John to come and save her. But she doesn't know that John already knows her real identity. On the road, Lizzie kidnaps a girl and locks her inside her red car, while she sits in another car nearby aiming a gun. When John arrives there, he sees that Lizzie is not there. Instead, another girl is being held hostage. As John turns to leave, Lizzie shoots him twice in the back. When John falls to the ground, Lizzie and Nick escape from there in a car. Olivia takes John from there, and they begin chasing Lizzie's car. After a deadly chase, Lizzie's car hits a girl, which breaks the windshield. Because of that, Nick cannot see properly ahead, and at high speed the car crashes into the back of a truck. As a result, Nick dies a very tragic death, while Lizzie is badly injured. John comes forward and asks Lizzie why she killed everyone like this. Lizzie says they stole their share of the money. Then we learn the biggest twist of the movie. John reveals that none of them took the money. He alone took the entire $100 million. Hearing this, Lizzie tries to grab her gun, but John fires a deadly shot and ends Lizzie's chapter right there. Seeing all this, Olivia is completely shocked. Then she realizes that John is actually the main suspect. But before she can catch him, John disappears from there. After that, we see a scene 2 months later in Mexico. John is sitting in a Mexican police station and tells an officer to reveal the location of the drug lord. At first, the officer refuses, but John keeps placing bundles of dollars on the table one by one. He says he wants that drug mafia at any cost. Finally, the officer gives John the details of the drug lord and tells him that after today, they don't know each other anymore. Then John goes to the address of that drug lord. Sitting in the bar there, he begins calculating the weapons, body language, and positions of all the guards. After finishing all the calculations, when the mafia goes inside a cabin with a girl for pleasure, John begins his real game. He starts killing all the bodyguards one by one. After giving them headshots one after another, he finally reaches his lifelong enemy. Without giving him any chance, John brutally beats him and finally delivers a devastating zero-range headshot, releasing all the anger inside his heart. After killing that drug mafia, John sits on a chair inside the bar and lights a cigarette. And with this scene, the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories. Thanks.